At its peak, the Roman Empire's population numbered somewhere between 60 and 70 million. A sad reality, however, is that between 10 to 20% of the inhabitants of the empire were slaves. Now, it goes without saying that the institution of slavery is horrible. But how did the Romans treat their slaves? Were they violent slave masters, or did they afford them certain freedoms? Slavery was a huge economic factor in the mostly agrarian economy of the Roman Empire. Slaves were employed in the fields and mines, but also as scribes or civil servants if they were educated. There was no real distinction between slave jobs and jobs for free people. The distinction lay in the fact that one was bound to service while the other offered it freely. From the end of the 4th century BC onwards, citizens could no longer be legally enslaved in Rome. As such, the Roman state turned to conquest to procure a steady stream of slaves. In terms of legal status, Roman law recognized slaves as human. However, they were not granted legal personhood. As such, they could not enter into any legal agreements or disputes and were effectively eternal minors under the authority of their master. Now, Roman slave masters typically treated their slaves harshly. Most slaves could expect to be subjected to relentless labor, physical abuse, and sometimes sexual exploitation. More compassionate Roman slave owners were rare. What is unique to the Roman system of slavery, however, is that slaves were freed relatively frequently. The Greek historian Dionysius of Halicarnassus remarked in his writings how odd it was for Roman slaves to be granted citizenship, something that would never happen in the Greek city-states. Now, as always, thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, consider becoming a channel member to enjoy exclusive benefits.